not my front garden. First attempt at helping Magnus lose weight by taking him for a walk in the neighbourhood. When he's inside, he just tends to sit and sleep and eat. So he started to look a bit like a wombat. So he's learnt how to use or feel comfortable wearing a harness. This is a Minwood cat walking jacket. It's handmade by a woman in the UK. And we have a long piece of rope so that he has some freedom to go wherever he wants without me getting entangled in rose bushes. So even outside, he still moves fairly slowly. He's a very beautiful, sedate cat. I think he's a philosopher. That's the way. This is better than being inside, isn't it, darling? Hey, better than being inside? Yes, it is. Boring inside. Yeah. Lots of grass. Smells. Dirt. All the things a pussycat needs. Yes. What do you think? Most cats adapt fairly easily to wearing a harness. They tend to, when the first time you put it on, they will tend to drop as if they're paralysed and just drop. But if you do it around feeding time when they're hungry, you can encourage them to accept the harness more because they want to undrop themselves and get their feed. Once they're used to wearing the harness and comfortable wearing that, then you need to introduce them to being comfortable having a lead dragging behind them. They may freak out a little bit and think they're being chased by someone, and if another cat is playing with the lead, then that might annoy them a bit because they'll be pouncing on the lead when it's dragging behind them. But over time they'll get used to that as well. Once they've got used to that, final thing, Magnus, which you've mastered, is getting used to being restrained when you're a cat, because someone pulling on the back of your jacket can feel a bit uncomfortable, but Magnus is now fine with that. So it's not a high drama movie. Magnus is a very sedate cat, very calm, very placid. And I'd be very surprised if he climbed up the neighbour's fence. But he might just want to go into their backyard to have a meeting of the dog. How about we go into our backyard, sweetie? Hey, come on, instead of the neighbour's front yard. What do you think? So many smells, sweetie. Hey, so many smells. The walking jacket he's wearing is handmade by a woman in the UK. She'll make them to your cat's dimensions. This one isn't actually made specifically for Magnus, it's made for one of my cats, but even though he is a very big and very solid cat, it does still fit him, so they're very versatile, very comfortable. They're made of cotton. You can choose the material that you like, and I don't get any commission for this. And they're also one of the most escape-proof jackets that I've tried. I've tried the normal thin harnesses that pet shops sell, also a model called the cat walking jacket from catwalkingjacket.com.au, I think it is. But this one I think is the best, particularly for a foster cat when you definitely don't want them getting out and going for an explore on their own. Causes much anxiety. Now we're in our back garden. And the next door neighbour has a dog and she leaves dry food out, and I'm pretty sure Magnus is sniffing the dry food and deciding if he can climb over the fence to get to the dry food. He does love his food. Aren't you, sweetheart? We've just had a cat enclosure built. Magnus tends to think that's all a bit boring, but he does get a bit more stimulation when we're out and about where he can smell different things. If the lead is dangling down on their back, they'll tend to sort of crouch down like he's doing. Lately, to try and encourage Magnus to lose weight, we've been doing laps of the stairs before meals. So he has to do 20 runs up and down the steps with me before he gets his meal. And he's figured it out pretty quickly, and he's getting quicker and quicker.